A very warm welcome to today's presentation of #EU and You, Your Story, Our Future, the first campaign under the EU Regional Communications Programme for the Western Balkans. My name is Olaf Bruns, and it will be my honor and pleasure to lead you through today's presentation. My job will also be to keep track of the timing, and we have an impressive lineup of speakers today, so if I have to cut you, please don't take it personal. It's just to make sure that those that come after you will have room to speak too. I would like to kick off with a bit of context. Today, we're here to talk about young people, and in particular about the important role young people play in shaping the future of the Western Balkan societies and their relationship with the European Union. And those relationships are getting ever closer. The President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, has stressed it again some weeks ago. The accession to the European Union of the Western Balkans is of great strategic importance, not only for the countries that we speak about, but for the Union as a whole. But the opportunities and the results of the work of the European Union at the regional level across the Western Balkans are not always well known and understood. That's why the European Commission has launched a regional communication program to raise greater awareness of EU values, policies and programs, and to explain their impact on people's everyday lives and how this relationship is evolving. The program consists of 3 different aspects which mutually reinforce each other. Firstly, a series of communication campaigns on different topics. Secondly, the development of an online platform, www.webalkans.eu, which has just gone live. This will serve as a one-stop shop for news, opportunities and stories about EU projects. And finally, the creation of a network of young European ambassadors. Many of them are with us today, and you will meet them later. They come from different backgrounds, but they all share an interest in learning more about the European Union and in cooperating across borders to inspire change and in promoting the opportunities that the EU offers. And this is the heart of the first campaign launched today. The aim is to put the spotlight on opportunities that the EU offers for young people in the region. And we have a lot of speakers who will reveal all the details. Now, today's event is divided into 3 sessions. The first one is called Challenges and Opportunities. The second one, Experiences. And finally, the third one, Hope. So let's kick off the first session. We are privileged to welcome 3 very distinguished speakers with an intimate knowledge of EU Western Balkans relations. Genoveva Ruiz Calavera, the Director of the Western Balkans at the European Commission's Directorate General for Neighbourhood and Enlargement Negotiations, Johan Zadler, EU Ambassador to Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Luigi Soreca, the Ambassador of the European Union to Albania. But first, Genoveva Ruiz Calavera, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Olaf, for this very good presentation, introduction to this important day for me today as Director of the Western Balkans, because we are launching, for the first time a campaign of this magnitude, and we are extremely excited to be here with all of you today. So let me start by thanking, of course, you and in particular the organizers to make it possible. Thank, of course, our EU ambassadors in Bosnia-Herzegovina and Albania, Johanna Sadler and Luigi Soreca. And thank all the people that have joined us today in this Zoom to really mark together the launching of this campaign, which is it's an EU communication campaign, which is addressed for the young talent that exists in the region. And that is the young talent that we want to see helping the region to become, of course, what we want all the region to become future member states of the European Union. So proud to see this day coming, proud to be here with you, and proud to know that we have so many people online, including our new young ambassadors, European ambassadors that are going to be speaking as well later. We are all together in this boat. We're very happy that our young European ambassadors are going to be the ones that will make the message of the EU be known and resonate in your communities, in your families, in your countries, in the wider region. So To all of you, thanks for being here and express my satisfaction for being here. It is clear that you young people of the region have a lot of challenges. You face really issues that are of great concern to you and to us, clearly high unemployment, corruption in the societies, polluted environments, which of course affect your health and that are a serious source of concern. And we are, of course, aware that you in the region, like youth all around the world today, are severely affected by the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, which make us all having to be meeting today virtually instead of physically. But we are here together today to discuss these challenges, to discuss your concerns which concern us because we see the talent of the region, highly qualified youngsters looking towards other countries, not your own home countries, to move on because you want to have a better life. We are concerned about this brain drain. We are concerned, and that's why the youth is a very high focus of the EU work in the region. We want to create an environment where we see young generations wanting and having the opportunities to stay in the region, to invest your talent in making the region ready for accession and certainly ready to make you happy and give you, of course, better prospects. That's why the main objective of us today is to talk to you, to encourage greater participation of the EU programs that exist already, and to give you as well a highlight of what is coming up, because those programs will continue to be, developed together with you. And we want to use this opportunity to have a channel of communicating with you, to learn from your experience, to hear from you, to see how do you think we can shape a better future for all of you in the region, and certainly whatever we do in the region is of an interest, not only to the region, but to all of us in the European Union. So hope is at the heart of our campaign. And that's why we want to focus on really exciting opportunities that are already open to youngsters from the Western Balkans. And certainly we want to hear from you that are participating and that are already able to share your experience. I mean, I'm thinking about Erasmus Plus for education. We're thinking about the program of COSME for small and medium enterprises, which allow for the startups, for young entrepreneurs. We are thinking about, of course, Creative Europe, which supports the cultural operators, the cultural sector. And we're thinking in particular of Horizon 2020, which support research and innovation, where, of course, the youngsters have as well a very important role to play. So let me just share some of the successes together to date, because I think we have to look into the region, not only looking at all the difficulties and the challenges, but as well looking at the opportunities that we have. And I'm very pleased that, for instance, if we think about the last 6 years that I've been working in the region in my capacity as director, we have seen an impressive participation of youngsters. We have more than 30,000 students from the Western Balkans that have participated in the Erasmus programs. And, I am very happy that it's both ways. You have gone into the European Union, but there has been as well European Union students going into universities in the region, which is really the heart of what we want to do with Erasmus, ensuring, the cross-fertilization and the opportunities for the youth to feel, one and together in the same, sharing the same future and the same opportunities. We have, we are very proud of this program that helps to the youth to establish really lifelong friendships and to gain new skills and to really share best, practice.
With all my apologies, Miss Ruiz Calavera, may I ask you to wrap up, please?
I'm almost there.
You're
I want to
running out
talk
of time.
as well about the very important economic and investment plan that the Commission has just put on the table, and that will have a particular focus on a youth guarantee scheme, which is modeled on the guarantees we're giving to the youth in the European Union. This is coming. We will be asking to watch that space, because we believe that this is going to be as well another help for the growth of the region. And ultimately, I mean, we want to really focus on initiatives which help reconciliation and cooperation, because this is the heart of the European project. So all of these things will be the source of our discussions today. I am very pleased that we have a lot of talent around the table to share. The creativity of the young people of the region is the best driver for change of the region and for approximation to the European Union. Glad to be here today. Let's have a very meaningful discussion. Thank you, Olaf.
Thank you very much, Genoveva Rus Calavera, Director for the Western Balkans at the DG NEAR of the European Commission. And I welcome our next speaker, Johan Zattler, the Ambassador of the European Union to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Johan Zattler, the floor is yours.
Zdravo Mirdita from my side here from Sarajevo. Very good to see so many smiling and shining faces around the virtual table. There's another reason I'm very happy to be here physically, at least in front of the computer and not in bed, because I just came out of a COVID infection. Also wanted to tell you that how serious this whole thing is. I was lucky. I had very mild symptoms, but as you know, this can deteriorate very quickly. So the big stress, of course, is always whatever symptoms you have, you know, how the next day will look like. So let me also use this opportunity to tell you how serious this challenge still is when it comes to COVID. Yes, younger people usually have less harsh symptoms, but in terms of transmission, it's pretty much the same as everybody else. So please also take this message from me to take this very seriously. We still have, I would say, half a year or so ahead of us. It's going to be quite challenging until hopefully an effective vaccine comes on the market. This is one of those occasions, you know, in the life of an ambassador, you have a lot of things you have to do, a lot of things with the meeting high officials, but these are the things which I have enjoyed a lot over the last year. I have been here in Sarajevo, meeting you know, normal people, meeting, if you want, civil society, artists, talented people, and these are some of the most productive meetings I've seen over the last year. Let me give you 3 examples of inspiring meetings with civil society, with youngsters in Sarajevo and around the country during the last year. One, Vanya and Kenyan, 2 guys, a girl and a boy, who built up this system for care for people during COVID, people who couldn't get their own food, and now are active in 20 cities across BIH. Another guy which we have supported is Elvir, who built up soup kitchens throughout the country. He started in Sarajevo, small, 7 years ago. Now he's serving 5,000 meals every day in Sarajevo. Last not least, and this goes more into politics now, one of the most inspiring encounters, and I'm still very constantly in touch with her, was in Mostar. A lady activist, Irma Barailia, who just didn't want to accept that as a citizen of Mostar, she was not able to vote in local elections for more than 10 years. She sued Bosnia-Herzegovina at the European Court of Human Rights. She got the judgment in October last year, and it went in her favor. So I think this, and from then onwards, we have been also getting involved as the European Union because, you know, democracy, free and fair elections, this is the core of anybody, any country wanting to join the European Union. It's number one of the key priorities for Bosnia-Herzegovina. So we got very strongly involved, and it was possible to strike a deal and to get finally to elections in Mostar in December of this year, so next month. So these are just 3 examples of people who actually did something, you know, lived their dream. And I think this is also the message which is my message to you. I mean, it's already, you know, talking to it's kind of like preaching to the converted, because you are already active. Just by the fact that you are around this table means that you are already active. And that's a great sign, but it's more is needed in terms of encouraging others, encouraging peers to make this more of a groundswell. Olaf, you want
Thank
to
you. This is, yes, I would like to ask you to wrap up, please. We're running out of time.
I was about to wrap up, but the message which I wanted to give you is to exactly be inspired by those examples, not sitting back and waiting for something to happen. I think when it comes to the whole region, when it comes to the offer from the European Union, we're in much better shape than we were a year ago. A year ago, we had a big fight. How is the enlargement going to look like? Then we had agreement. We have now green light for starting negotiations with 2 countries in the region, Albania and North Macedonia, although there's still a little hiccup now with North Macedonia. But this was the general decision. And I think the good message is, progress is possible. From the European Union side, we are ready. What it takes is reforms, and this is our message to the leaders. But what it also very much takes, without a groundswell, without support from you, from young people, from civil society, it's going to be very hard to achieve what we want to achieve. And therefore, my message to you is, please, get involved, jump on a train, and we can move this around. Let me close with this a quote from one guy who is one of the most inspiring guys of the 20th century, Nelson Mandela, who paid dearly for his ideals, who said, everything seems impossible until it's done. So also change in this country, BIH, in this region, the Western Balkans, is possible. Let's make it happen.
Thank you very much, Johan Zattler, EU Ambassador to Bosnia and Herzegovina. And our next speaker is Luigi Soreca, the Ambassador of the European Union to Albania. Luigi Soreca, up to you.
Well, good afternoon all. Happy to be connected with so many young people, and some of the young people that I meet regularly. With more than 30% of the population of Albania being younger than 30 years old, this makes Albania one of the youngest country in Europe. So the young people are shaping the future of Albania, and the future is the European Union. So they need to be involved in the decision that will affect them. During my mandate, now 2 years in, youth issue has always been top of my priority, to bring young people at the heart of Albania EU integration. We had Power of Youth Europe Week last year. We have created a youth focal point in the delegation. We have a Europe House, that is a space of dialogue where we invite in particular the young people to participate. But the message is, any program, any strategy should put young people at the core. You were asking me what are the challenges that young people face. I think 2. First, stay in the region, finding opportunities to work and live in Albania. Veva has already mentioned it. We have to work to make sure that a merit-based system of career developments is in place, so that young people in the region are confident that hard work pays off rather than connection of money. And that's why we are so engaged in the reform of a public administration. This is crucial, as it's crucial to work on vocational education and training. The second challenge, which in my view is the most important, is being heard. Empower the young people, to let them participate in the political life of the country. 61% of young people, they say they don't care about politics. This is unacceptable in my view. And that's why we are going to the young people, assisting them to create association and local level. I want to mention Let Girls Learn in Reshen, but also the young environmental experts in Bulcidze and the Hope for the Future in Skodra. We make sure that they have enough time, in particular resources, to being heard, to be part of the decision making. We have to interest them. And that's why we are also very keen to work with RICO. RICO is in Tirana, as you know, so for us it's very important to put together the young ambassador and RICO to make sure that we can factor in the great work that RICO is doing. I am particularly happy with the Young European Ambassador project. I've been very active since day one. I met them virtually, and then we had a great, successful first meeting. They are doing already a fantastic job. I follow them every day on social media. They're amplifying our message, but they're also adapting the message to young people. We have established a constant communication. We have a WhatsApp group where we exchange information and ideas. They propose ideas, and we try to make it happening. But then empowering them, coming, for example, with me during our visit locally with mayors, it's one of the things we are doing. One European ambassador already joined me in Kukës 3 weeks ago with a meeting with the mayor, talking about environment, talking about sustainable development. They are our ambassador because they extend an end to the youth in Albania. So to conclude, Olaf, I think I see in Albania the urgency and the commitment of the young people to participate. And we need their help. I'm talking to you now. We need your help, and we need your voice to get the EU integration Albania right from the start. You are the leader of tomorrow, but you are also the young citizens of today. So don't shy away, step in. We are here to help you with our political, economical, and personal, allow me to say, support to make sure that you can be part of the future of this country and of this region. Thank you, Olaf.
Thank you very much, Luigi Soreka, EU Ambassador to Albania. And we delve a bit more into the gist of the campaign, strategies, target, design, and media dissemination with our next speakers, Paola Sozzi and Massimo Pomiglio, respectively, analyst and researcher and art director at Pomiglio Bloom. Paola, go for it.
Thank you, Olaf, and good afternoon, everyone. I am Paola Sozzi, analyst and researcher at Pomiglio Bloom. So today my role is introduce you to the campaign from a strategic point of view, and also trying to give you a sneak peek of all the preparatory and analytical work that precede the creation of the campaign. As said before, this is the campaign that we launch in these days is part of the regional communication program for the Western Balkans, and it's the first activity of the first component, which is aimed to create 3 thematic integrated communication campaigns. The strategic objectives of the project are, of course, the strategic objectives of this campaign. First of all, they are here summed up in these keywords. So the idea is to share information, by doing so raising awareness about the current relationship between Western Balkans and Europe. The raise of awareness should inspire hope, consequently favor engagement in the projects and programs funded by the EU, as well as in the public debate about the political path that leads to accession of this country. So this would not only encourage citizens, especially young citizens, to remain in their country and invest in their future, but it should also empower the entire population, favoring the ownership of this political process. Of course, meeting this intertwined objective would have a return on the reputation of the European Union in the country. Having this objective in mind, it was clear to us that we needed a new narrative where the European Union could be represented as a facilitator, whose final purpose is to enable the Western Balkans to flourish by helping them disclose their potential. This means suggesting a shift of perspective, reversing a scheme of dependency that sometimes is implied in more traditional narrative of accession. So we wanted to create a new collaborative scheme where both entities could be represented as equal, cooperating for a common goal. This first thematic campaign, drawn by these strategical premises, is specifically directed to improve the awareness on 4 specific programs open to youth of Western Balkans. We are ERASMUS+, Horizon 2020, COSME, and Creative Europe. You will hear a lot today about them. And of course, target is the young citizens from 18 to 35 years old in the Western Balkans. Our analytical approach to design this campaign foresaw different phases of analysis of scenario, analysis of the objectives, and of course, analysis of the target audience, which meant not only use available secondary data analysis, data provided, let's say, but we also produced new primary data used through a computer-assisted web interviewing procedure, basically a survey. The main question of the survey was, what do the youth of Western Balkans know already about these programs? So we prepared a survey that was disseminated online, targeting, of course, young youth of Western Balkans from 18 to 35, launched at the end of October and closed one day before the launch of the campaign, disseminated basically through direct email marketing, but also using the snowball sampling, which is a procedure based on word of mouth between peers. We wanted, of course, to profile respondents, but also to understand the level of awareness, attitude, and the level of engagement towards the European programs nowadays before the launch of the campaign. And also which channels youth in Western Balkans use to get information about these programs. The design process that ran parallel to the strategic activities was then informed with the conclusion of our process. We decided to use as key strategic concept, the concept of togetherness, the value of each part, common future, collective process. And we hope that it informs actually the overarching name of the campaign, We Balkans, but also the hashtag EU and You, where the 2 subjects are presented as equal with the use of the preposition, and the copy of the campaign that is, as you saw, your story, our future, the individual story within a bigger, wider frame, a collective future. We also, it was very clear to us that we need a narrative approach based on real life stories and concrete results. This is why we use who we call the heroes. You will meet them today. So real people that joined the programs in past and that brought their own experience to the project. The idea is that the reader, so everyone else, could have a close, the sensation of having a close and real opportunities within these programs for them. We try to vehicle this through simple language and a friendly, warm tone. What we also did was running 2 target audiences online focus groups for 2 days with 14 participants from all 6 countries. So we talked with the target audience and we asked them to give their feedback. So what you will see today is created through the feedback we received from youngest from Western Balkans. The campaign resulted to be, what you will tell us, memorable, attractive, with realistic protagonists. That it's something that we're very happy about, and able to express the strategic concept that we wanted. So avoid the idea of providing help and create something that we can build together. Thank you for your attention.
Paola, thank you so much. And we move to Massimo Pomiglio, Art Director at Pomiglio Bloom. Massimo, up to you.
Thank you, Olaf. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the participants and the distinguished guests. My task is now to guide you into a journey to see some of the visual elements, all the analysis that brought us to to produce some creative jobs. Let me share the screen and start the presentation. Sorry from the last one. Okay, here we are. As said, we are talking about youth. Let me just remark that we have an horizon of 3 years, so we would launch 3 campaigns, one for each year. This year being in the middle, the youth. Youth, as said, are not only the target of this campaign, but we thought they should be also the voice. So we decided to put them in the middle of the stage. We also, during the creative approach, were discussing about the main features of the youth. Young people from the Western Balkans, but all over the world, young people that like to travel, maybe to study abroad, to come back and maybe starting a small business. They make a massive use of smart devices, digital communication. They look forward their future. Forward is, I think, a keyword that attracted us, and we built up a visual element on it. So starting from an arrow, we came to the forward symbol that you would see later on the video, how we treated it, and with some nice digital effects, looking like a videotape going forward, pressing the forward button. We filled the arrow with some bright colors. They are a bit far from the usual institutional nuances, even though the U emblem is always there, of course. We also filled the arrow, the forward symbol, with some images taken from the landscape of the region we are talking about. And we choose 2 main protagonists, one boy, one girl. As you see, they might look like coming from the region. They might look like a student, or maybe an artist, or maybe a young entrepreneur. Both of them have a smiling face, I would say an optimistic approach. They are looking positively to their future. And then we have the copy, so the text that we applied, as Paola already mentioned. We started with the hashtag you and you. I would underline the conjunction, and that means for us that the 2 entities are working hand by hand. And the headline, your story, our future, meaning that the storytelling is the base on which we are building up a common future. That is followed by the body copy of the advertising that clearly explain how what we are talking about, EU programs for the Western Balkans dedicated to young entrepreneur, research, culture, and so on. And the final call to action, we call like that, with some final inspiring statement like working together to imagine wider, dreaming bigger, experiencing more, and the call to action, learn more on our website. This is the final result, how they might look like in a billboards along the road, another example, here it is, or in a magazine. Let me tell you something else about the media campaign that we are launching today. We prepared a lot of tools, starting from the spot, TV and radio, 30 seconds, an emotional video. We have 12 video pills with the interviews with the so-called heroes, 4 animated videos with talking about the EU programs. And we have all the materials for the out-of-home advertising, billboards, buses, many templates for the social media campaign, static and animated cards, frames, stories, infographics, and banners, and one online portal. Plus, I would also mention a digital kit that we are sharing with all the participants to this campaign to be published online. Some figures: the campaign would last 30 days, 2 weeks for the traditional media, and then the follow-up online. We are covering the 6 countries and involving 35 among TV and radio channels. That is not a lot, I would say, but as you might imagine, young people are not watching very much TV. They are mostly online. Anyhow, we are airing 450 spots on TVs and 1,450 radio airings. We are also in the countries with 27 billboards. Those are 4 meters per tree, the dimension. You are now watching one picture that I just received from Pristina just yesterday, and also 3 buses decorated with these messages. Three cities. I mean, this should be Skopje, I guess. And as I said, an online campaign that is really involving the 2 main channels, Facebook and Instagram, YouTube as well for all the videos, and the Google Ads campaign. With the investment that we planned, we are aiming to gain 10,000 followers. We are also aiming to have a potential reach of 6.5 million users and 65 million of impressions and 1 million of post engagement. Finally, we have the hub, the online hub for the information that is filled with all the stories, the opportunities, and that we just launched. So it would be improved and it would grow day by day. Let me thank again all the team and the support that we received with the contribution from the delegations and especially from DGNIR. Let me mention a big thank to Ms. Johnson, Ms. Trucco, Ms. Rinko. Thank you again.
Massimo, thank you very much. And I guess now is the time to see a bit of what we have heard about so far. That is why we have prepared this video for you. Here we go.
They say you are picky, but keep on chasing your dreams. They say you are soft, but keep on working hard to get what you want. They say you are too ambitious, but keep on going and reach the top. Don't listen to them. You are not alone. The European Union and the Western Balkans work together to build a better future for you and for next generations. Growing opportunities to find your own path, to show the world your talent. New experiences to enrich yourself, to master your skills. A helping hand to kickstart your business, to shape your ideas. Because we believe in you. Because you look far and see the castle where there is still only sand. Writing your story, building our future. EU and you.
And we move to the second session of today's event, entitled, as I said earlier, Experience. This session will be moderated by Birol Urjan, a digital communications manager at Pomilio Bloom. Birol is going to tell you more about the portal and about the heroes. Let's go.
Thank you very much, Olaf, and thank you, and good to be here with all of you among. So we will have very soon, I will present the heroes which are at the center of this campaign. Western Balkans has so many talented and successful young people, and fortunately, a considerable number of them has cooperated and benefited from the EU-related programs, EU-related projects. Therefore, I have to say it was not easy at all to shortlist them into a list of 12. The heroes that are featured in this campaign come from different backgrounds. We have young entrepreneurs, festival director, fashion designer, young politicians, and all of them highly successful in what they do. But 6 of them are here today with us, and I will ask them now one by one to present their profile and impressions related to EU support and EU cooperation related to the projects that they have worked and benefited also with their career. So I go first to Albania. We have Florian Muhaj here. Florian, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Florian Muhaj and I come from Patos, Albania. It's a great honor for me to be part of this event today as an Erasmus Plus alumnus. It was exactly 3 years ago when I started the magic of my Erasmus studies at the University of Salzburg in Austria, and it's sure that I have enjoyed more than I could ever think of. It's incredible how much you benefit from the advantages of being an Erasmus Plus student coming from the Western Balkans, studying at a European level university. Being a political science student, I was given the amazing opportunity to visit some of the main institutions of the EU in Frankfurt, Luxembourg, and Brussels, where I saw firsthand how the EU and its institutions work. I'm confident that this experience has proven to be very fulfilling for me, obtaining a master's degree in European integration and governance, while being a beneficiary myself of one of the most EU programs, such as the Erasmus+, is at the core of what I'm doing now while working at the EU integration unit at the municipality of my hometown. It's amazing how once an Erasmus, always an Erasmus, perfectly applies to me and to the work I'm doing. It is a relationship in constant communication, and I'm very happy. I often get the chance to share my experience and promote Erasmus+ among other EU programs. And this experience surely empowered me with a great amount of knowledge on the EU, its programs and policies, for which I'm very enthusiastic to put everything in practice, as I'm already doing since I got back from Austria. And last but not least, this experience has gifted me with a boundless love for Salzburg, for Austria, for Europe, and with a great hope to see our entire region part of the EU in the near future. Thank you.
Florian, thank you for sharing your experience with us. And next we travel to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Amela, you're there, I guess. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So my name is Amela Bacalinovic and I come from Bosnia and Herzegovina. I have finished my Bachelor of International Relations and Diplomacy at University of Sarajevo, and at the moment I'm student of first year of Erasmus Mundus Joint Degree Master's Program in Global Studies at Leipzig University and University of Vienna. During my bachelor education, I spent 2 semesters abroad in France and Lithuania, and these semesters had an incredible impact on my life in a way that they expanded my academic knowledge. They brought many new experiences and many new people in my life. The sole possibility to live in another country, to travel and meet other people influenced me also to further study global interconnectedness on a deeper level. I also learned about myself, my own values and attitudes, and how much they keep changing with every new experience. I'm amazed by so many interesting stories of individuals from different parts of the world, and that I had the opportunity to hear during my stay in both Reims and Kaunas. I can't even imagine how my views of the world would look alike without actually these impressions. And this is one of the main reasons why I encourage every student to participate in Erasmus+ programs. Thank you very much.
Amela, thank you very much for this presentation and sharing with us your personal also story about your experience with Erasmus. And next we go to Kosovo. We have here Arba Atashi, who is one of the youngest, perhaps the youngest festival director, a successful festival director. She's from Kosovo. Arba, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I am Orba Atoshi from Kosovo. I have been engaged with Anibar and the Anibar International Animation Festivals held in Pea, Kosovo since 2014. Firstly as a volunteer, later continuing to coordinate the festival program, where I have been professional. I have developed professionally, which has led me to direct the festival as of last year when I was appointed festival director. With the support of the European Union, other donors, and the endless energy and will of the community, we have managed to hold 11 successful editions of the festival, including a full online edition this year. Through the festival, we have brought the world of animation into Pea and Kosovo. Anibar is the only animated festival in Kosovo and one of the biggest in the Balkans. Through the festivals, we have managed to facilitate the development of the animation industry, as well as be able to offer a place where young generations can learn more regarding animation, cultural activities, volunteerism, as well as professional work and development in numerous fields within the festival. This has triggered in the city also the development of the local economy and the cultural and social life. As young 17 and 18-year-olds, when we first started the festival in 2010, we had not foreseen to create such a thing that has turned the festival into one of the main events and cultural organizations in Kosovo. We do hope to continue to provide this space and inspire the young people and the community here through approaches and opportunities that will be further available. So thank you for your time and for having us here.
Arba, thank you very much. We hope next year we will be able to visit you in your festival live, not online. And then next we go to Montenegro. It's Jelena Laban here, a young actress, very talented and successful. So Jelena, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So as you heard from Birol, my name is Jelena Laban and I come from Montenegro. So being passionate is a very common thing among young people, and I am one of those actresses who's passionate too. And I had the luck of being offered amazing opportunities at the very beginning of my career. So I had the luck to become a part of the ensemble of the theatre play Kapital, directed by Andras Urban. Kapital was created within the EU Collective Plays program, which was co-founded by the Creative Europe program of the European Union. This collaboration with the Royal Theatre Zetski Dom provided me great support, and many opportunities have emerged ever since. Kapital is a play that is very important for the modern society. It does not belong to conventional classical theatre, and it allows us, the actors, a lot of freedom to comment and criticize the problems of the capitalistic world, actually. By performing Kapital as a beginner, I have gained a lot of very important experience and have visited and participated in many different theatre festivals. In 2019, at the festival Theatre at the Crossroads, I won the award for the Best Young Actress. And this award is just one of many we have won with Kapital so far. But I do not see these awards as the biggest achievement. The whole experience of Kapital encouraged me to believe in what I find important and to never give up. I realized that my duties as an actress were to never underestimate the power of theatre nor film, and to never set boundaries to my capabilities. So finally, the support that we had from the European Union encouraged us and still encourages us to go on, to never give up, and it gave me a very original, productive first professional experience. And this experience opened many doors for my following professional engagements and accomplishments. Thank you, that is all.
Jelena, thank you very much for your presentation and words. And next we move to a fashion design. We have Teodora Mitrovska, who's originally from Skopje, to talk to us about her experiences related to fashion design and related to EU support that she had.
Hi everyone, thank you Birol for introducing me. So yeah, my name is Teodora. I'm a young fashion designer from North Macedonia, and it is my pleasure to be part of this event today. I was given the opportunity to take part in the United Fashion Project, which is part of Creative Europe. Throughout this project, I participated at both Riga Fashion Week and Lisbon Fashion Week. This was of immense importance for my development as a young designer, as well as for the growth and recognition for my brand, Mitrovska. Being such a young designer, freshly graduated from university, both of these experiences were my first opportunities to participate in established fashion weeks, meet industry experts, network with fellow young designers from around Europe, and receive a platform for promoting my work. So I can safely say that United Fashion, an EU-funded project, was my door to the fashion industry and opened up a large amount of opportunities for me. Thank you.
Theodora, thank you. We wish you success also further in your career. I know that you have very unique design and you're a very talented young lady, so we don't doubt that you will have further success. And last but not least, we go to Serbia. We have Goran Trajlov from there. Goran, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's an honor to be a part of this campaign. So I started my Erasmus in the winter semester 2018 at the University of Constance, at a very small city in the south of Germany, as a master's student in the Department of Politics and Public Administration. And I'm here to talk about the Erasmus in general. So Erasmus might last for a few months, but it kind of sticks with you forever. It's in a way like traveling, but through people. The program has been used over 9 million people, and I'm very happy to have had been a part of that number. This is a chance to truly develop an amazing network of contacts ranging from both friendships and work ones. And with Erasmus, you're inserted in a new culture and in a fun way, forced to absorb life values and experience that are extremely important for the personal, professional, and the academic growth. Besides, you can improve and gain your language skills. Some of the essential points might be in the fact that you will broaden your physical and mental horizons, develop a critical sense, better understanding of others, and better self-assessment in the aspect of personal area. Now, the experiences that not heard, of course, do vary, but no matter what those might be, for one is for sure that they are of great importance for personal and then for the actually basic academic and professional growth in the future. Thank you so much, Peter.
Now, thank you very much, Goran. And thank you to all the heroes, and a special thank you to you, Birol. Now, we have not covered all the EU-funded projects in the Western Balkans we wanted to speak about, and to cover the remaining ones, here's another pair of videos. Off we go.
The European Union and the Western Balkans work together to offer better opportunities for young people through several funding programs like COSME. This EU program supports small and medium enterprises also in the Western Balkans. COSME helps companies grow by facilitating their access to finance, improving the business environment, mentoring entrepreneurs, and improving market access in the EU and beyond. From adventure tourism entrepreneurs to digital startups, many business owners and companies from the Western Balkan region have already reached their goals thanks to COSME initiatives. Are you ready to turn your business dream into a reality? Find out more.
Tokom rada na fakultetu imam priliku da učestvujem u Horizon 2020 projektu pod nazivom COSME. Ovaj projekat se bavi međunarodnim povezivanjem tržišta električne energije kao i integracijom obnovljivih izvora energije u elektroenergetski sistem. Moji konkretni zadaci na samom projektu su bili modelovanje elektrane na biomasu kao i solarne elektrane. Preciznije, moj zadatak se odnosio na određivanje, odnosno procjenu godišnje proizvodnje električne energije iz ova dva veoma bitna obnovljiva izvora energije. Tokom rada na projektu imao sam čast i privilegiju da upoznam eminentne stručnjake iz Evrope iz ove oblasti. Također sam imao priliku da značajno proširim svoje znanja iz oblasti elektroenergetike.
And we are ready for the third session called, you remember? Right, Hope. This one is about an inspiration for a better future in the Western Balkans for the young generation. And for this one, I have the honor to introduce Selina Tazic, a diplomacy manager at Pomilio Bluma.
Hello, Olaf, and hello, everyone. Thank you. I'm extremely happy today to have this opportunity to tell you a bit more about the Young European Ambassadors, a platform launched in 2020 as a creative network of future young game changers from across the Western Balkans. You may wonder, who are these young game changers? Now already known among the youth all over the region as EAS, they are the 60 enthusiastic young people who are interested in learning about EU values and promoting the opportunities that EU offers. But also, as Ambassador Sattler put it very nicely, they're eager to share and advocate for different topics such as intercultural learning, joint regional youth initiatives, local community initiatives, arts and culture, sport, digital technologies, environment protection, and so on. When it comes to the actual launch of YEA, the whole process kicked off in June this year. And with the open call for applications, which attracted over 400 candidates from all over Western Balkans, it was really an impressive amount of smart and creative young people with bright and visionary minds. On the 15th July, the open voting for applicants began and more than 80,000 votes were cast, which showed us great interest of young people in projects such as this one, and in opportunities offered by the European Union for young people in the Western Balkans. The final 60 winners were eventually decided on August 25th by a mix of online public votes and in a 6-person jury live stream decider. Even though the challenges of COVID pandemic are still present in all our societies, YEA platform emerged, probably just in the right time, as a long-awaited space for young people to express their passions, ideas, and creativity, but also to build solidarity and mutual support across the region. Today, we are proud to say that our YEAs are now becoming something of positive youth influencers on social media and within their communities. In the light of this, they put together their first social media communication plans and have already communicated many important topics for youth. Make sure you follow their Instagram and Facebook accounts, because they also attended 2 webinars which dealt with social media and online event management, and we are looking forward to their first events this December. And you're all invited to follow these on webalkans.eu. Although some of the YEAs come from different backgrounds, all of them share the interest in putting the youth on the map and giving a voice to those who will lead a better world tomorrow. They all have an inspiring message to share, that young people are here for the young people as their inspiration, motivation, and voice. Today with us, Olaf, we have 60 of them representing their peer groups of Western Balkans, and I will just shortly give you their names, and I'm sure that you will engage with them in an interesting conversation about their experience as YEAs so far. So from Albania, we have Gevio Tabaku. From Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have Armin Poljak. From Kosovo, we have Exona Bejeti. From Montenegro, we have Boana Lalatovic. From North Macedonia, Aleksandar Karatosho. And from Serbia, Velimir Milošev. And now I give the floor back to you, Olaf, because I'm sure that they will have a much better experience in describing you who YEAs are than we do. Thank you.
Selena, thank you so much. And indeed, it's not about me talking now, but it's about them, of course. Now, you're not only meant to hear about the young European ambassadors, we have them here, and we have a few minutes for a quick Q&A session, starting with Gevio Tabaku from Albania. Gevio, what does it mean to be a young European ambassador in your country?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for your question. I'm honored to be here. To be a young European ambassador in Albania means to be able to tell the youth of our country how much the European Union is doing for us and for the future of our country. Albania and the other countries of the Western Balkans belong to the European Union, and the Young European Ambassadors Initiative is a great way of delivering EU values to the youth of our countries. Through various activities, we will be able to connect and share our experience with each other. There were more than 400 applications, and now we have 60 game changers. I'm honored to be here as one of them. And these young people are great leaders. that are putting forward great things in their communities. This is great because in this way we can build bridges and friendships together as youth from the Western Balkans. We will also be able to learn and create. We will have opportunities to travel to key European institutions so that we can learn how they work and then influence our peers about them. To be a young European ambassador means to break old stereotypes, to contribute to the youth of our country, and to prepare for the bright, common European future we will all have. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to Armin Poljak from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Armin, how do you see your role personally in expanding the knowledge about EU programs to the youth of the Western Balkans?
Hi to everyone. At first, I would like to say that I'm very honored and happy to be with you today. And also, I would like to congratulate all of you on the launch of this campaign. Well, how do I see my role in expanding the knowledge to the youth of the Western Balkans about the programs that EU offers? Well, I should first say that educations that we are already getting from our We Balkans team are trying to help us to get, let's say, bigger visibility, which will definitely help us in that task, because in next 3 years, our goal will definitely be to become, let's say, some sort of positive youth influencers on the youth of the Western Balkans about the programs that the EU offers, and also about the key interests and topics that we already have chosen to be our key interests. Also, in that tasks, EU delegations of our countries are definitely helping us in that. They are already started with that, with including us in their social media campaigns. So to conclude, I would like to say that definitely we will have to become some sort of links between the programs that EU offers and also between the youth of the Western Balkans.
Armin, thank you very much. And the next one, Exona Bichetti from Kosovo. Exona, why did you apply for becoming a young European ambassador?
Thank you for your question, and hello everyone. Well, the reason I applied to become a YEA, and I'm so happy I made it, was that I perceived this network as an opportunity to connect with youngsters from different backgrounds, to share experiences, and to raise our voices on issues that affect us. Also, I aim to develop new capacities and new skills. Being a YEA is a chance to learn a lot, to know more about the EU, its values, and the opportunities that it offers to the youth in our region. Another reason is that I wanted to know how to become a real youth influencer, how to inspire youngsters, and how to promote positive values starting from my community and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Exona. And our next guest, Bojana Lalatovic from Montenegro. Bojana, as a young European ambassador, what have you learned so far during your activities?
Thank you for the question, Olaf. First, I would like to highlight that I'm deeply honored to be here with you today and to be part of this immensely inspiring project, which is amplifying perspectives and wishes of young people in the Western Balkans. Being young European ambassador, for me, it's both recognition as well as responsibility. On the side of recognition, I take this role as a strong proof that hard work that I've invested so far in my PhD studies in EU law and working in civil society sector, especially in RICO, that this work simply pays off. What's even more important is the responsibility I have towards adequately promoting the values that are deeply entrenched in the EU project itself, and to make these values closer to my peers, because those are not only abstract categories. They're like very important, and they are meant to improve our everyday life and to create societies which are actually tailored to our needs. The webinars and all practical guidance that we have received so far from YEA team was very helpful in terms of improving our skills and how to actually effectively transmit our messages to our peers, and to how to translate our ideas and knowledge into concrete messages. Acquiring these skills has two basic goals. The first one is to raise awareness of our young people about the opportunities that are offered and about the reforms that the EU stipulates, that these are actually meant to make our lives better in the Western Balkans. And the second thing is actually to inspire them to get engaged in the transformative processes which are happening throughout the region, or to create something their own. Being part of the network is also very important in the sense that I have actually the chance to be together with progressive, with talented young people from the Western Balkan, and together we can actually make our voice being heard more loudly in the region and wider. This actually exciting path that young European ambassadors have taken will provide us with a chance to participate in different capacity building trainings and many other opportunities. It will hopefully lead to providing young people with tools and skills how to get engaged in the processes and to take lead on gender equality, on climate change, and in many other fields, and to finally come together and act.
Bojana, thank you very much. And we move to Alexander Karatosho from North Macedonia. Alexander, what does the hashtag EU and You stand for in your own words?
Firstly, I must say that it is a great pleasure to be chosen as a young European ambassador, and I'm truly excited to take part in our first international event by promoting the best European programs. Personally, I see EU and You as a strong motto that highlights the importance of the European Union in our lives and the influence that it has on the community as a whole. Since I'm coming from a country that has strived to achieve complete membership for a very long time, I believe it is crucial for the EU to continue supporting the Western Balkans in order to show a message of unity, while at the same time avoid skepticism. On the other hand, as someone that has been involved in almost 20 Erasmus Plus mobilities of various kinds, as well as being the first Macedonian semi-finalist on the European Social Innovation Competition, I'm grateful for the unique opportunity to learn in such amazing environments with peers from all around Europe. Erasmus gave me a life-changing experience that taught me something that the traditional educational system would never do, which is why I strongly encourage every young person to actively take part in the program. Thank you, Olaf.
Thank you very much. And finally, Velimir Milojev from Serbia. Velimir, let's open the focus a little bit. What do you see for the future of the Western Balkans, and what do you expect from this program?
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Olaf, for the great question. I think the future looks bright, almost as bright as this background. But I also don't think many people see it just yet. As young people, we're facing so many problems. My friends are now looking at the next 5 to 10 years, and they see certain uncertainties, insecurities. And I'm pretty sure that almost all of us are feeling this throughout the Western Balkans. It's a wild world. I don't think anybody of us expected how complicated it would be to be a young person in 2020. But as many problems as there are just as many solutions, opportunities to solve and to help improve our lives. And I think we need just a little bit of help. And this can come in the form of information that there are these opportunities for us, just waiting to be used. It's kind of tragic that a lot of my friends, and even I, haven't been on an Erasmus Plus trip. And it's not because we didn't want to, it's because nobody told us we could or how we could. So I think we need to burst this bubble to help lots more young people be informed about these opportunities, young people who aren't keeping up with this information, and to let them know that this can improve their personal skills, social lives, and career prospects in general. If I had to put it down to 2 words, this is about equal opportunities for all. That's something this campaign aims to bring. This is what the inspiring EU heroes are aiming to bring. And that's what I think we as YAS can bring to this region. So let us help others see the bright future that I see. Thank you.
No, I think that was a bit of valuable food for thought indeed. Thank you very much, Velimir. Thank you, Selena, and thank you to all the young European ambassadors. I should go with the acronym YEO by now too, but still can't bring it over my tongue. Now, we come to the end of today's presentation of EU and You, Your Story, Our Future, the first campaign under the EU Regional Communications Programme for the Western Balkans. But there's one practical thing which I would really like to recommend, and that is to follow the project on social media. And I hope you have your keyboards and ball pens ready. There is the website, We Balkans EU, that is we as we all, and Balkans in plural, so in one word, webalkans.eu. It's on Instagram at webalkans_EU, at Facebook at webalkans.eu, and in general, the hashtag, well, hashtag EU and You. EU like the European Union, and you, well, as you all. So I wish you an excellent evening. Like, follow, and goodbye.